Hello everybody, this is Jeff here, and why do I have my science back? I don't know why I've got this much science, but oh well. Yeah, we're going to go to the Minimus, and I'm going to try to do some trickery with the contracts. So let's get to it. Apparently I have tech points. Do I? Ah, not enough. Okay, yeah, that's right. I had 100 left, but I didn't actually have enough left over to research what I needed to research. Hooray. So, yeah. Let's go do this research. So, we know my ship to get to the Mun has plenty of fuel. More than enough fuel, actually. So we're going to grab the Muncraft. Boof. Which has been very much overbuilt. And we're going to Minimus with it. And trying to do some trickery with the contracts as I accidentally minimized my game. What other science? We get new science stuff. We have the scan radar altimetry sensor, which I'm going to put onto a satellite a couple of episodes from now. I'm not seeing anything new in the way of science. So, Bill, go away. You, come back. There we go. We've already got it set up, so all we have to do is launch. All we gotta do is launch. All we gotta do is launch. And so we're going to go to Minimus. And SAS, full throttle. No, we don't need full throttle. Maybe full throttle would have been a good idea. Full throttle would have probably been a good idea, but well. Up we go. First things that come off are solid boosters. Tip over slightly, being very careful not to flip over. Get some horizontal momentum for orbit, starting early. Now starting to accelerate, which is a good thing. This booster works very well to get this thing up into orbit, which is convenient. Seems kind of loud at the moment. I'll have to adjust the volume levels when we get to orbit. So yeah, we're going to Minimus, and I'm going to be trying to pull some tricks on the contracts. Okay, now we can tip over a little bit more. Whoa! The hell's going on? The hell was that? Okay. We're still going up. We're still good. Just a, getting into orbit Jeb style thing, as usual. Yep. Bizarre ways to get into orbit 101. Doing a backflip. Okay, we should still have plenty of fuel to do this maneuver. Eesh. So that's now so far in this series twice where I've done something like that. I'm not quite sure what happened there, because that hasn't happened before necessarily like that. And now that is... Okay. Okay. Slowly working our way up. Very slowly working our way up. Ever so slowly working our way up. I should have really put more thrust into this in the beginning, I suppose. But this thing's no mainsail engine, so... Let's say 60. Not much longer now till we get to 70. Yeah, that'll cost me some fuel, but I still think we have enough to do what we need to do. Start tipping over. Building horizontal momentum for getting into... No flippy! Again. You're flipping! Yeah, for some reason it's like there's just something not quite right with the stability. And it wants to turn in a certain direction. I'm not 100% sure why. But, oh well. Bring this thing up. Get that to there. Maybe we'll figure out if something's like missing when we get into orbit. Thing won't be quite as brilliant getting into orbit now because we're kind of low on fuel. In fact, we've only got 237 Delta V left in that stage. Not where I wanted to be. Not where I wanted to be at all. I guess it means that this thing won't be sitting in orbit. Oh well. Still got a lot of Delta V left. And landing on Minimus should be very easy. Getting into orbit is a different matter. Come on. Give me speed. Yeah, so that weird, bizarre, crappy thing is causing some horrendous problems. Come on. Get up. We might not be going to the Mun today, it turns out. Whee! Strange burn angles and everything, as usual. Granted, we don't really need the entire assembly to go there, except there are no solar panels in this part, so we do... Oh, yeah, there are right there. Okay. So we can, in theory, just get there. Shouldn't have to, though. We're getting our orbit up. Okay, we're climbing again. Good. Just turn straight to the side. Watch the Parepsis come back up again. Whoops. Whoops. Yeah, I'm smart. I know what I'm doing. I have not had a good night, or a good weekend, really, in terms of sleep at least. Which is one reason why there's not all that many videos coming out this week, is the day I usually record, yeah, there was no sleep, so I'm just kind of doing what I want to do. Well, there's that. That's not what I'm looking for. The downside of not really having a circular orbit. Is that it? Ooh, that is actually. Not liking this. Bugger it. I can also adjust it on the way up, so... Whoops. Bring that back out again. just stick it right there. Of course, we could probably do this. That doesn't get me what I was expecting. Trying to fiddle with this orbit. Doesn't need that much energy to get out to there. How long will we actually be in? Not very long at all. And that is what I don't like. So, bugger to this. What we're going to do is get rid of this. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to add a maneuver to circularize. Whoops. Whoopsie again. Come on. There's circularization. Okay. And we're going to warp to... Oh. Stop it. No! Warp to next maneuver. It should give me a few minutes because I realize I'm now going to have to turn my ship all the way around, which is heavy enough that it'll take a little while to do that. I won't need much burn time for this. And bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. Ding! Perfect. Okay. We're as close to perfect as we can get. Plenty of fuel and food. We have 312 days for one dude worth in fuel. So now let's add a maneuver. Now it's circularized. Bring this thing... Oh, that's the Mun. I actually don't care about the Mun. Get that out of the way. Okay, now, where can we get... Thank you, Mun. Okay, so part of the problem is the angle that this sucker is at. Whoops. I don't want you. Are we actually still crossing? Yeah, we kind of are. Ooh, there we go. We can get to Minimus there. Now we just kind of fiddle with the orbit. Get hopefully a little bit closer to Minimus. Apparently not. We're just there. Why are we not anymore? We can't really do what I'm doing. Minimus, you annoying little bugger. That doesn't bring me down. When's the maneuver node? 25 minutes. Good. Let's delete this. I'm going to add a new one. Because that brings us close to Minimus. Whoops! Too much, too much, too much, too much. Fiddly, 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 fiddly. Go away, man. I'm not trying to get to you. Okay. Not far enough. That should be. Why must you be such a pain in the arse, Minimus? Well, part of it is this angle of the orbit of Minimus. So let's fix this problem by adding him. No, 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 no. Stop that. We're going to line our inclination up more with Minimus. Like so. Something we kind of need to do. I think this will be close enough. We'll line up our spacecraft for this burn, which will happen in 20 minutes. Ah, speaking of which, sound. There. Speed up this. It's going to take a little bit of time to do this burn. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. 8 seconds. Not quite 8 seconds. How much Delta V? We got a lot of Delta V left. We have enough, I hope. There we go. Good. Get rid of you. Okay. Now let's try this again. Add maneuver. Out to the orbit of Minimus. Oh, brilliant. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Still quite far from Minimus. And we're not in the encounter for very long. And we're still off on the angle. That might be about as close as we're going to get. Not sure why it's kind of making it go off in that direction. But it is. Oh well, we can always adjust it. So, 41 minutes till that node. We're just gonna have to work with that node. Not a very long burn. It'll take half the Delta V that we have, which isn't particularly brilliant. We'll line the ship up earlier rather than later. Granted, the gravity on Minimus is so light, it is rather easy to land on, so we shouldn't need much delta V in terms of the landing part. Okay. Speed time up, do. And now. And we begin our burn. Might have some pretty wimpy engines on this thing, really. These engines don't generate electrical power either, which is a little bit of a disappointment. Hi, cat. My cat just jumped onto my desk. Not much longer left on this burn. We are really starting to use up fuel. I'm not liking that. There we go. Okay. That maneuver is done, and it did not bring us... So what we'll do is we'll add a maneuver here. Oh. I see what happened. So it'll require a little bit of an adjustment as we go out there. There, that's much better. Perhaps this at Minimus is now 971. We might actually be able to adjust that lower. How close can we get? 802. 557. Whoops. Now, what is our problem with getting close? We're still just too far away. There we go. 254. I think that'll be perfectly acceptable. Okay, so we'll just adjust the angle of the spacecraft to where it needs to be. And warp. I said warp. Thank you. Parts of various satellites that are still stuck in orbit, and that now unmanned shipwreck. Let's see. Okay, then we're going to manually do the rest of the time warp ourselves to get us the rest of the way there. This won't take much of a burn, so I'm going to do it right at the point that we need to do it at. Like once it hits 1 second. And begin. Woo! Overshot! 13 meters a second of delta V goes really quick. Good enough. There we go. And our current situation is periapsis of 250, roughly. Okay, so we just click on that. Woo! Was not really expecting that. Okay. What should happen is we'll accelerate some more. There's Minimus. Okay, we're pretty close to Minimus now. Speed up a little bit. And any second now. Oh, we've done it. Okay. Nope, not quite yet. Not quite yet. Oh, yeah, we've done it. Okay, so bing, that is done. Woot. Okay, good. Good. So now what we do is we're going to the Space Center. Leaving this person up there for the moment. We go to Space Center. We should now have new contracts. Are you kidding me? We don't? Okay. We go back to this flight here. Fly. And what we can do is crew report, keep data, EVA report, keep data, and board. Let me grab that. Okay, so that doesn't get transmitted. We grab that, and that doesn't get transmitted either. Great. So, we go to review stored data. We'll transmit this back home. And we'll review the report. And transmit that back home. And now we've sent science home. Theory being that maybe that'll give us a new contract? If not, we can just return the science. So I'm hoping... Okay, so we'll grab that. We'll grab... Really? I guess what we have to do is return before it'll start letting us do that. So my plan was to see if I could do that and grab more contracts to like do landings and orbitings and stuff. But no, so that doesn't work. I guess I'll do this one. So now we need to go back, and what we'll just do is we'll bring this person home. Oh, I need to actually click fly. Ah, darn. So much for my plan. Observe the mystery goo. 25 science. We only have the one materials bay. So what can we do about getting closer? Add maneuver. We can do this. Downside is that sends us on a pretty freaking funky slingshot. But it gets me very, very low. I started earlier. Like, say there, what do I get? Ooh, might want a little bit higher. 8,000, okay. That'll eventually send us into an escape, but this won't be a problem. Nodes in just a few seconds. We'll get right up close to Minimus. Whoops. SAS is off. And there we go. Bingo. So now we just write it down. To a very close pass of Minimus. So seriously, remember that any closer comment would it be doing paperwork? Well, yeah. Now if it was any closer, we'd be doing paperwork. My god, this orbit is so slow. So yeah, we'll be back in a future episode. At the moment, this is quite some time away. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you later.